Welcome to the Michele Roys Show.
In Formula One, a pit stop takes 2.4 seconds. The car races in, the tires are changed, and then it screeches going back out again. That pit stop is quite intentional. And my friends, I want to invite you, and we're going to talk about that today, of taking your pit stop now as we're coming into the month of June. Welcome again. This is the Michele Roys Show. Thank you for being here. I'm delighted that you're with us here today. Can you bring back and think about how your January was this year? The 1st of January, where were you? What were you doing? What were you thinking about? The reason I'm bringing these things up is because I feel it's so important for us to take some time to stop, acknowledge, see where we've been, where we're going, but also show ourselves love and compassion as we're preparing for the 6 months that we have ahead of us. Can you believe it? It's already been 6 months of this year, and 2026 has gone by so fast. So my friends, wherever you are right now, just to take this little time. If you have a journal, take some time to ask yourself these questions. But I'm hoping to guide you through a few exercises that has helped me, and I would like to invite you as well. But before we go any further, let me tell you, my friend, that wherever you are right now, it's perfectly fine. We all are struggling with different things. We're all carrying very heavy loads, especially if you have been dealing with chronic pain. I understand. It's been hard. So if whatever you were able to do is small in comparison to what you wish it was, please give yourself grace and understanding. And that's fine as well. Okay? That's how we always start. We can't start with all the amazing things we've done and then just beat ourselves up. No. We need to come back to ourselves with kindness and encouragement. And this is an idea of the pit stop. Taking time to intentionally stop and assess where we've been, and then be able to use acceleration and keep going in our speed. Let's remember that. That's so important, okay? So I have a few things that I wrote down here, and I want you to be able to remember to celebrate your wins. Before we go forward, what are the wins that you can celebrate from the first 6 months of this year? So, what did you show up for? That is such a good question. And I was thinking about it myself. What are the different things that I showed up for this last 5 months? I put myself out there more than I was before with a rare disease campaign that I did this in the beginning of the year for February, something that I hadn't done before, being more in the media, being more outspoken about different things that we're going through, but also bringing resilience, doing more public speaking, talking to people about what's going on, bringing a little bit of light and joy into their life despite my own illnesses. That's something that I was able to show up for. And what did you survive the last 5 months, my friend? For me, was that pause and trying to take it back in, being able to just go slower than I would usually want to, because I like to get going and push myself through. But I had to give myself a lot of grace because this year has been really challenging for me health-wise. And I'm very open and honest with you guys. You're my family. And it has taken me a lot longer to recover from my sinuses, from flu, from the cold. My immune system has been compromised. So it's been like, woo, ups and downs. And I'm sure you can relate to that as well. But how do you show up as a leader? How do you show up as a friend and a colleague when these things are happening? These are questions that you have to ask yourself. And when we take time to stop, that's when we can see it clearly. And how did you find joy? What did you do for yourself to help you find joy through all of these different moments that you had? The ups, the downs. For me, it was being able to go on a family holiday to Malta in the beginning of the year. I almost didn't make it because my health was really, really bad, but I was so grateful I managed to do it. And just being with my family, it was just re-energizing, invigorating in a way. So those are the different things that I would like for you to stop and just ask yourself, how has it been so far? What are the things that you had to learn or that was difficult for you? Because when we name it, when we're aware of it, then we're able to stop and also plan for the next season. Because that's part of what growing is, right? It's not just right here, right now. It's also part of growing. And this pit stop is an analogy that I would like for you to think about. We all need to take the time to stop. We all need to recalibrate ourselves. Sometimes we just want to push. But how about us taking that step to go down a notch? Even if it's a small time, it doesn't have to take long. I want to encourage you to, if you have a journal, to take a little time to just note down these few questions. I'm going to ask you 4 questions. And I really want you and encourage you to pause and really reflect on them, because this is a great time for you to be able to do it. You don't have to wait for the beginning of the year. Taking these little times for ourselves that we can just build up. That's how we build resilience. That's how we bring strength for ourselves. Looking at what's been, the things that we've overcome, and how we've grown through it. That is amazing. So here are the 4 quadrants of this pit stop. So the first question I have for you, I'll answer afterwards, but take these down first. What went well for you? If you think about January to end of May, 31st of May, what went well for you? Take some time to think about that, or jot it down, pause it if you need to, answer, then come back to this podcast, okay? Number 2, what was harder than I expected? Isn't that a good question? What was harder than you expected? Number 3, what did I let go of, and should I have let go of that? I'll say it again. What did I let go of, and should I have let go of that? And 4, what am I carrying that I need to put down? So what am I carrying that I need to put down? I'm going to share with you a little bit of what these questions mean to me, and just a little open the dialogue as well. So what went well for me, as I said, one of my wins has been being more upfront, more open, more, let's say, doing my social media more than I was before, being able to go to the States and meeting new people. That went very well for me. That was something that not only invigorated me, energized me, but also gave me that sense of community and continuation of this cause that I'm literally fighting for. What was harder than I expected? My health really challenged me this year. And of course, it's been a challenge all along, but the fact that it's been taking me so long to get over the colds, the flu, the sinuses, these are small little things that my body's reminding me. And this is on top of your fibromyalgia, on top of Lyme disease, on top of trigeminal neuralgia. So these are the things that I deal with on a daily basis. But on top of it, you can probably hear my voice. And it's not totally cleared yet, but I said I'm going to still do my recording regardless. Sorry if I sound nasal. But those things have been challenging for me because I am trying my best to eat the proper food, take my supplements, do my nasal cleaning, all of these different things to help me. And my body is still telling me to go slower than I am already. So that is hard. And if you are a very determined young person, especially, and have, that I have to get through this, you understand how hard it is to just pause and slow down and go back. And that's where I am right now. And what did I let go of? I really wanted to have released my audiobook in May this year. And I had to actually let go of that. I recorded it. I pushed myself through that. I recorded the whole But You Look Just Fine book. And I was just like, I have to do it. But my body was like, nah, and all the different aspects that releasing an audiobook comes with, I just had to say, okay, I'm letting go of that. And actually, that has been a very good choice. I have postponed it now to September, the 24th September. It's going to be a live virtual launch, and I'm inviting you, my friend, so you can already subscribe to my channel and to my email list so you can get all the new information. So as we're planning for it, so now I have even more time to go through it. And even though it was hard for me to say no, it was also something that I needed to. So learning to find my balance in between. And then what am I carrying that I need to put down? Oh, there's so many things that I'm carrying. But the need to be perfect, that perfectionist part in me, it's so strong. And I have to continue going back to it and just, it's okay to not be perfect because it's never going to be perfect. But can I still show up imperfect? Because I want it to be completely flu-free, cold-free, sinus-free, and be able to do a podcast looking marvelous. But it's okay. I'm just here able to talk to you, my friend, and letting you know that I can see you in your journey. And I want to encourage you forward as well. So those are things that I'm letting go of and putting down. So this perfection isn't part of me. So now as we go into the next session, I would love for you to take some time to ask yourself these questions. But what about the next 6 months? What are you looking forward to? What's the intention that you're putting from now to December? So when you sit down in December, you're like, wow, I managed to do that. Even if it's one thing. And if you're in the beginning of your journey and you're struggling right now, making your bed will probably be the first thing you can do. And well done you if you're able to do that. But if you have other aspirations, your health is a little bit better, and you're leading teams right now and you're just ready to push through, taking this time to pause and reflect. Especially like June is a time that we have an awareness month for migraine and headaches, which is already putting it there, just time to stop, to see the things that are invisible, to making people realize what it is. But it's also time for you to reflect, my friend. So how do you want to show up the next 6 months? What is something that you have planned and that you want to be able to say in the end of the year, look, I got this done? What's the intention? Finding more joy, looking at little breaks that you could have, connecting with more people. Whatever it is, I would love to hear from you. Please do send me an email or DM me or just connect with me somehow. For me, as I said before, the launch of my book on my audiobook, the launch of my audiobook on the 24th of September, that's a huge milestone for me. I'm really looking forward to that. And also to have Ireland light up Teal campaign. So it's part of the Facial Pain Association global lighting up campaign for Teal, which is for trigeminal neuralgia, and also people that are living with invisible illness. So I'm in this campaign to get Ireland in the map, and I'm hoping to get friends, supporters, TDs, president, everyone involved, so we can do a really huge campaign and that people can be seen. By lighting up Teal, we recognize that there are people that are right now suffering with one of the most debilitating conditions there is in human medicine. And they need help. They need support. They need to feel loved and understood. So yeah, that's for me, those two main things. I know it's a lot. And I would love to hear from you, my friend. Do support me as well. Please do write me and let me know what is one win that you want to see from now to December. Write in the comments, get in touch with me. And if this has spoken to you in any way, I would encourage you to share with a friend. Take the time you need right now, this pit stop. Really look at your life as how it's been so far, specifically from January to end of May, and where you want to go from June to December. Recalibrate, most of all connecting inwardly. I think that's the most important part that we can do. My friend, this is always a short little podcast. There's a lot more coming. Please do subscribe. Leave a comment below wherever you're listening just from, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, you name it. Just leave me a comment. I love to hear from you. One thing, what is the one thing that you're looking forward to doing during now until December? Until next week, may God bless and keep you. And it was lovely to have you here. Bye for now.
This was the Michele Roys Show.